Welcome, guys, to another episode of Straight from the Source. My name is Lucy Riley.
My name is Busara Naaman.
My name is Winnie Lubembe.
My name is Robi Omondi.
And as we always say,
it's definitely saucy.
What's that today's?
I know. It is hot. Like chili sauce. The real deal. And I'm really happy that you're joining us for this show. If you're just joining us for the first time, please be sure to subscribe, like, and share. Leave your comments. Let us know what you feel at the end of the topic. And as always, we look amazing, and that is courtesy of
Bittiner Wear
KE. So thank you so much. Go check them out and see what they have to offer. So without much further ado, today's topic is really exciting, very juicy as always. And we're going to be talking about toxic friendships and relationships, okay? And even as we begin to think about that, we who are in the media space and working in that environment, we start to think about, this topic is really about thinking about who are your friends in the media space, okay? What relationships do you have that are healthy and which ones are toxic? And, we talk about toxicity, right? And healthy.
Yes.
But at the same time, where do you draw the line? A lot of people get into the workspace, it could be in media or any other space, and they think to themselves from the get-go that we are friends. Just because we work together, automatically that means we are friends, we are buddies and everything. But they forget that when we leave those doors, in fact, had I not joined this job, probably we'd not be hanging out. We'd never have known each other. And so we're not really friends as such. So we want to just start by defining what is this friendship thing to begin with, right? So it's interesting, like, what do you define as friendship? Me saying hi to you when I come to the office, is that enough to say you're my friend? We can hang out, I can tell you about my private stuff and my family and whatnot, or it's just like work and that ends there? Where where do you begin to say, like, okay, we are friends, or we are colleagues, or we are acquaintances? So I'd love to hear from you, Winnie, Robi, Busara. Who wants to go first? Let's go.
I'm deeply thinking about it.
Yeah.
Because if I look around, I would say I have so many friends.
Yeah.
But if you ask me, so who are your friends really? I'm like, actually, there are very few. I could count them. And the term, again, you're right when you say we use that term friend
Carelessly.
Yeah,
Like,
loosely.
Robi's my friend. It's my friend. But what exactly is a friend to you?
What?
Oh, my days. Who's a friend to me? Okay. Or what do I consider friendship? I think for me, friendship is, first of all, caring for this person just because they exist, not because of what they offer you. Okay. And you see, for that, you would not care for everybody just because everybody exists. There's that deeper connection that is not with everybody else. So it's like loving and caring for this person in spite of, not despite of.
Makes sense.
And now it's like a bit of a gray area, because again, when you talk about love and relationships, that is what it means to me. So I would say, for a friend to me is someone who I could either reach out when I'm at my lowest, but also reach out when I am at the highest point of my like the first person who I would think of when things are going so well, but also when things are going so bad. I don't know how to define it, because then again, there's like a lot of but I think for me that's it. Like, that's, I don't know, man. It's difficult.
I think I agree. I agree. But I would add to that a friend, my definition of a friend is someone that I would comfortably be vulnerable without feeling judged. And I wouldn't judge them. Like, from the deepest part of my heart, I'm not judging them. If they come and tell me I messed up, my first instinct will not be to judge. It will be to,
but aren't
what
we
happened?
all judgmental, like,
in a way, right? Like, naturally.
Aren't we all judgmental?
Oh my goodness.
It happens.
Like, the first thing we like, what did you do to get yourself in that space? No, your first instinct would be, what can I do?
Now that first instinct is what should guide you on who that person is to you.
Okay. I hear you.
That first instinct. Will I feel judged telling them, or will I judge them if they tell me something? And am I safe? Do I feel safe?
Safety.
And vulnerable.
And I
like
the
letting
word
go
word.
When you're this person.
Yeah.
It's like accepting for someone to see you naked.
You know what it's like?
Wow.
It's like in a relationship, because they all that's deep. Because what they usually say is, don't focus on how this how this person makes you feel, but how you feel around them.
Yeah.
Because they can make you feel the best. They'll tell you how beautiful you are,
know.
how you're this,
Feeling
but do you feel that way when you are around them? I think that's key for me too. How do I feel when I'm around this person?
You know, Busara is just
she's savoring the moment.
I'm scared about this topic scares me.
Why does it scare you?
Leo yani natamani leo ningekuwa mpenzi msikilizaji. Yani nisikilize tu ama nikuwe mpenzi mtazamaji, nitazame tu maoni yakitolewa upande huu, maoni yakitolewa upande huu. Manake unajua ili swala la urafiki mimi kidogo wala linanichanganya sana. Manake hii ni town mzee. Mara nyingine mimi nimejikaza nasema Lucy is my friend, Lucy is my friend. Kumbe hata Lucy akona rafiki mwingine ambaye ndo rafiki yake. Wewe ni mpita njia tu katika maisha yake, na sasa wewe umejikaza ukifikiria kwamba Lucy ndo rafiki yangu, kwa hivyo hata leo hii akienda kifanya jambo muhimu katika maisha yake atanialika, atanijulisha. Alafu unafaa kushtukia tu vitu vimefanyika, alafu uko like sisi kwanza rafiki yangu. Silikuwa natarajia yani ni kuwe mstari wa mbele, mimi ndo wa kwanza kupigiwa kuambiwa
kumbe wapi
kusikia vitu kwa watu wengine, alafu ndo haja kufikia unafikiria so unapata ili swala rafiki mara nyingine unakaa unajiuliza. Mpaka sasa hivi vile mmekaa hivyo mmezungumza kuhusu rafiki, nikakaa ngajambia Busara,
who is your friend?
Rafiki zako ni akina nani?
Oh my goodness.
When I used that in the first, oh my god. Because you and it's a good thing that we're discussing this. Because majority of the times we don't sit and think who is my friend.
Who is my friend?
You know, like
who is my genuine friend?
We really don't.
And even as you say that, does it mean that, you know, a person who is there for you in your tough times, that's the one who qualifies to be your friend only?
No.
Or because sometimes we tend to think that, you know, my friend is there for me when I need them, but if they can't show up for me at the time when I need them to show, then they're not my friend, or then I cut them off. And there's a lot of this cut off culture. That's the cancel culture. That's the culture that's going around, and it's terrible because I cancel you because you know what
you're not there for me.
You
did not pick my call.
You don't seem to be in my vibe. You bye girl, bye. You're out, gone, done.
Na
so when we do give people chances
na ukizungumzia hilo swala la cut off, kusema ile ukweli, mtu kama anaweza mka ku cut off inamaanisha mko marafiki from the beginning. Alafu pia inamaanisha
cut people off.
Inamaanisha mtu hakuwa rafiki yako kwa sababu lakini unajua kwa nini? Mbona ukate mtu off kwa sababu ulimwambia kufanya jambo fulani na hakuweza? Unajua tunafaa tufahamu kwamba sisi ni watu, tuko na maisha yetu, tuko na kazi zetu, tuko na familia zetu, tuko na mambo mengi. Kwa hivyo hata leo hii ukiniambia Busara na kuhitaji sasa hivi, nitakwambia kuna vitu vingi ambavyo tayari nilikuwa nishapanga. Lakini nitaona kama naweza kujifix kabisa nije niwe hapo kwa ajili yako. Lakini kama sitaweza, naomba unisamee wakati huu, nitajaribu wakati mwingine. Wewe kama rafiki yangu unafaa unielewe, maana unanijua, unajua ukweli wangu. Sasa kwa nini unikasirikie kiasi cha kuwa huna haja na mimi tena kisa na maana nimekosa kuja tu hiyo mara moja?
You know what I've learned over time is that there are different levels to friendships. So because it's not like just one broad term, that because kuna wale like wako the innermost circle, then kuna wale wako hapa, and then kuna wale wako hapa, and then also I think for me I have friends for different I don't know, like aspects, you know, of my life. Like say for example, if I want someone to give me advice on finances, I know who to reach out to. So I'll reach out to Lucy or my cousin. Her name is Evangeline. They're really good with like money and finances and you know all these opportunities. You know.
Thank you.
And then for like emotional support, like empathy, I know who to call.
Reach out to.
For
relationship advice,
I know who to call. Yes, I know who to call. And also, you know those days when yani umeboeka tu, you just want to go to your friend's house, sit on their couch, drink their wine, eat their food, and just be. I also know who to, you know. And also for me, like I have different friend groups. And it's like for different reasons, but I also have those friends who are in the innermost circle,
who now fit
that
in all these categories.
That some of my friends might not necessarily fit there, but it doesn't mean that they're lesser friends to me. It's just that I feel closest to
them,
this, you know. So I think for me friendship has different levels, and when I say I cut people off, it's not that you are not able to show up the way I wanted you to show up. Yes, there's that, but there's also an aspect of so is this like a constant thing? Like, where am I in your life? Because you see the way you said, you might think Lucy is like my best friend.
Yeah.
But has her own different friends.
I know.
Friends
And all that kind of thing.
For me, I would not cut people off immediately, but based on the little things, like those little actions, then I would know where I stand in this relationship, quote unquote.
Yeah.
And trust me, I will stay there. If you don't feel the need to inform me on everything that is happening in your life, trust me, imagine hapo ndo mitabaki. Unaona hapo kule umeniweka? Hapo ndo nitaka. I'm not the type to press like nataka. No. Yeah.
But no,
because I don't know, like it tells a lot on how you then feel about me being in your life. I think I might not be in the innermost circle of your friendship, of your friends, but it doesn't mean that then I'm not. I don't know, it's confusing.
And then does it then mean that there are people who exist in our lives, but we don't know who they are, or you can't define what kind
they
what
are.
Where to fit them.
And where do you draw the line between this kind of relationship and toxic friendships and people who are there when they need you to be there, or rather they're those toxic friends. You know, sometimes you talk about toxic.
Exactly. And even when you talk about toxicity, what exactly is toxicity in the sense of, can you like list or you know how when you go to hospital and you have symptoms, and this for sure indicates that this is the sickness, right? So when you talk of toxicity, so for instance, if I don't reply your message right away, does that make me a toxic friend? Or if I don't come to your event, does that make me a toxic friend? Or if I always want you in my space and I can't share you, let's talk about sharing. Oh my goodness,
Jealousy, jealousy.
You are my friend, and you are hanging out with other people. So now I must do whatever it takes for you to break up with. You know, and that's where I want us to like dig right in, dive in.
Kwa sababu Robin rafiki yako hivi hatufai kushare, unataka exclusivity. Tusipige naye picha hivi, tusiende naye lunch hivi, tusifanye naye kitu kwa sababu rafiki yako atafuta wako. Hao ni mambo gani? Kwani sisi ni watoto wadogo?
We want exclusivity.
Exclusivity. Who doesn't want exclusivity? That's
so
why.
The thing is, so by the time this person is feeling that way, that they feel the need could disintegrate that because meninyanganya Robi, is because maybe she's feeling left out. Maybe Robi amefocus na tuseme nyinyi wa so it's me, like in this case, then I feel like Robi is spending too much time with you guys, that I feel left out, you know. Then it could be they're reacting that way because they feel left out, like there's, because maybe Robi was like my friend, and then I feel left out. I'm like, what happened to my friend? Like I want my friend back. I'm
find new ones.
I think people are afraid of defining their friendships.
I think so too.
To each other.
I think so too.
You know, people are not sincere. Like let's say me and Lucy or Winnie or Busara. There's something that as human beings that I can share with Winnie that I can't share with Busara. It could be life ideologies, it could be background, how we were brought up, it could be the same things we like to do together. And it's hard for people to just sit down and say, I see why you're leaning towards Lucy more than me. And accept that it is okay.
Acceptance.
You know, the same way when you started, you said, like, for example, in the office, you can't call people your friends.
Not everybody is
to
your
me,
friend.
we had that
Your
conversation
colleagues.
recently, and I was telling people, it is okay, we are colleagues. It won't hurt that after here, who says when I resign today, tomorrow, how many of you will talk to me?
True.
You understand?
Oh my goodness.
That and it doesn't mean friends talk every day. But it's just that we come here every day, we have to talk to each other. But when we are out of here, something even happens to me, how many of you will reach out? How many of you will even know something happened to
I know,
you? That's the thing.
I think it's very important, and also understanding the different levels to the friendship.
Like for us here, have we ever sat down and defined?
Oh my goodness. But let's be realistic here. Who really ever in the real world of real life, everyday living, sits down with their friend to say, listen.
So from today, I hereby declare you my best friend.
You are my best friend. You are my best friend. That's not natural. general,
No,
but we don't normalize it anyway, right?
Yeah.
And now on that note, I was just thinking about somebody whom I used to call a friend, or I used to consider a friend. And this example is of somebody whom I'd always be there for that person. And I never really realized that person wasn't there for me until I one day could not be able to attend or be there for them
the way they wanted,
that they wanted me to be there. And it was genuinely because I had some work engagement and I could not, absolutely, there was just no way I could just cancel just like that to be at that person's, whatever they wanted me to be there for. So this friend whom I considered a friend, just cut me off. They cut me off and they said to me, like, you know what, listen, bye. Left the group, block, delete, erase, see you next year, happy life, happy everything. And I sat back and I started recounting, wow, 3+ years of friendship, heart to heart, picking you up when you're at your lowest, and all these things. And it just took me not being there for you at one particular showing event or whatever it was. And that for me made me realize, like, okay, well, it's a red flag. And then you start to realize that, okay, how you were saying earlier on, somebody else, you might be thinking you're somebody's, best friend even. But they need you, but they wouldn't do the same thing for you too. So that toxicity, and now when we just circle into relationships, right? Like romantic relationships, even at workspaces, identifying like what is extremely toxic and when do you need to get out and pull out and respectfully be at a distance with that person. And at what point do you start to, do that?
Nikianza kuona tu mtu anani drain. Mwanzo ukiwa unani drain mentally, financially. Kazi yangu mimi ni kugive. Kazi yako wewe ni kupokea. Na mimi sipati chochote in return. Unakuwa mzigo, inachokesha. So unaona mbona? Yaani wewe ndio umekuwa tu kazi yako ni kupeana. Unapeana in terms of your emotional, kimawazo, kifedha, kila kitu. Alafu mtu anakudrain, mpaka hicho kikombe chako ambacho kina maji kinaisha.
That sounds like Oprah half cup.
Uko like, it's time to leave. Wacha tuko peke yangu basi.
But for me, I usually look at it like from a point of I allow my friendships to grow from somewhere. It doesn't come within a snap of a finger.
Okay.
My friendships have to grow from somewhere. Number one, I have to look at you from a human being perspective.
Okay.
If you're not good to other people, you cannot be my friend.
I like that. Yeah, because then also you
because
your friends say most
why are you a rude person?
Yeah.
Or mean.
Why are you a mean person? Who are you? Why? I cannot be around that kind of energy.
Yeah,
so it starts from there, even looking at you from a distance. How do you treat people?
Yeah.
How do you carry yourself out? Then now when I'm close to you, how do you speak? How do you engage? When we are talking, when you're having a conversation, can we have a conversation? And this conversation, is it about you? Is it always about you and you and you and you? You're not considerate of the other person, whoever they are. Then now, okay, are you someone who likes to gossip?
Sheesh.
You see this, yani it keeps going.
Tea doesn't hurt.
Lakini tea is good.
Extra sugar.
There is no way all the time.
That's all we are talking about.
Robi is just bringing you tea. Ati unaona ule nani? Kila saa tu.
But maybe I wish I could have a friend like that. Where are you guys? I love tea.
You are the tea giver. What are you talking about?
Yeah, so I allow myself to see the stages of someone and understand how can my life incorporate with this person's life. Are we blending? Does she bring sunshine and me I bring darkness, or we can bring those our lights together and make a beautiful sunshine. So like it grows and then now I get to decide. As much as I want you to decide if you want to be my friend, I also decide if I want you to be my friend. Then now we see how that friendship can be built into something really beautiful, because I believe friendships are really beautiful when they are nurtured in the right way.
And also when it's not forced.
Yes.
When it's not forced. Yeah. Because there's some friends, like when I look, not look back, like when I think about it, there are those friends who, oh my days, yes. Like there's one who, we were so in sync that when I am not okay, her name is Abby. When I'm not okay, Abby would definitely know I am not okay.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh, Aki, that reminds me. So it's all right. So there was a time I wasn't okay. I remember that day I had just come from the gym and I was, those days when you just feel the worst. Yani, it's like the entire world has come to an end. Why am I even alive? If nothing is working out and all those things. And I remember just getting home into my house, sitting on a couch, and I cried. Like you're crying your heart out. Like you're crying.
Yeah.
Guess what? Yes. Robbie, I can't. Like you're crying, Kabisa. Like, how do you feel pain? Like not pain at emotional, but physical pain, like in your heart. And then Abby just sent me a voice text, and he's like, she. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry.
We are coming to that. It's okay.
No, Abby is a she. Yeah. So and she just out of the nowhere, she's like, "Hi, babe. I know you're not feeling. I don't know what you're going through, but just know that I'm here and I am praying for you, and just know that everything is going to be okay, and just know that I love you so much, and let me tell you, I wailed that text. Like I cried so much, and I'm like, oh my days,
I
like
Yeah.
I did not talk to her. I had not called her. Like, and that week, Sieti atinishai hintia that hey, Aki kuna something going wrong. No, out of the blues. Then one time she wasn't okay.
Yeah.
So she had not talked to any of us, and I just felt it like this strong nudge and urge in my heart to just call her or just send her a text, And I remember just sending her a text and say, hey, I'm thinking about you, and just know that I love you so much, and you're strong and you're powerful, and everything that you're dreaming of, you will achieve. And she calls me crying. And she's like, you don't know what that message has done to me, So you see, for me, and it's not like that we speak every single day, we don't, but we're so in sync, like, is it intuitively, emotionally, like all those things that we feel it, like we feel it before we even talk about and that has happened not twice and not once, not twice, several. And not thrice.
Several times. And it's interesting that you would say that, because now that we're talking about toxic friendships and relationships, we are in a friendship, and a lot of people might be curious out there and asking themselves, okay, putting together a 4-female podcast is not easy. And a lot of people like to mix it up, and we are women.
People might be waiting,
and they're waiting. They're just like waiting for like at what point. So how are y'all feeling about that? I mean, do you think we're on a healthy path? Honestly, or do you think, like, obviously we can't hang out dirty laundry out there, but and is it possible for others who might be thinking that they want to come together as females or males to sit together? And I know there are plenty of podcasts out there that and obviously they've had their challenges and their fair share of the pie, but then for others who really don't know what they don't know because they've never done it before, like, would you term this as a healthy type of friendship relationship where we're working towards something? And what qualities of it make it healthy? Because then that can help someone else have a good thing.
Good question.
I know, mi upande wangu naona uhusiano wetu ni very healthy. Manake ndio tunaweza sema unajua tumejuana kwa muda mrefu. Unaona kama mimi na Robi tumejuana kutoka kitambo tukiwa shule. Au unapata wewe na Lucy tumejuana wakati ule miaka kadhaa iliyopita tukifanya kazi pamoja. Lakini sasa unapata huko kujuana kwa muda ambao tumejuana, utapata Robi yako na rafiki yake, Winnie yako na rafiki yake wa nje, unapata Lucy uko na rafiki yako wa nje, mimi ndo sina rafiki.
Imagine she's saying that and she's from a video call with a friend. She's
always on a call. Always have people to talk to.
Also friends wangu ni relatives.
Okay.
So unapata watu wengi ambao ni lakini okay, let's say niko na friend. Unajua friend wangu anaweza kuwa ananiona na sema Sara. I always thought unaniwa my friend and unanikana kwa TV. I mean, podcast. But hey, I love you so much.
Yes.
Lakini kusema kweli. So unapata sisi wote tuko na urafiki nje. Lakini tunajitolea. Unajua pia nimegundua kwamba kama vile uhusiano tu, urafiki pia nao ni kujitolea. Kujitolea kusema nitampigia Lucy simu nimjulie hali, ama pengine nitampigia Lucy nimwambie niulize Wina naendeleaje, ama kama inaweza
nipigie Lucy umuulize
for example
I know. Ama nimpigie Winnie pia nimjulie unaendelea vipi. Kitu kikitokea Robi sijui kuna nini tuseme twende tukamwangalie Robi anaendeleaje. Ama kama kuna tunaomba pamoja, tunacheka pamoja, tunafanya vitu vingi pamoja. Na tunatumai kwamba mbeleni, yani vile naona kuna future ya kuwa tunaweza fanya vitu vikubwa pamoja. Na uzuri pia kando ya podcast huwa tunaongea, tunaambiana kukosana ni kawaida, sisi ni wanawake, lazima tutakosana, lazima nitakukwaza kanja moja na pengine sijui, lakini tunafundishana kwamba kukosana ni kawaida na ni lazima, lakini tuangalie baada kukosana tutatatua vipi ndio uhusiano uendelee. Maana yake tutaki leo ati nime break up na Lucy, sitaki ku break up naye, maana yake nataka uhusiano uendelee.
Podcast ati no, I don't want to sit close to her.
I don't like her. I hate her.
I'll be in it, but I don't want to see her.
But
tunajifundisha kwamba low jabs.
Ni lazima tuombe msamaha, tuombane msamaha, ama tukae chini tujue tatizo liko wapi, tulianzia vipi, tumefikaje hapa. Alafu tuseme okay, wacha tufanye inaitwaje truth, tuendelee kupendana, tuendelee kufanya kazi pamoja, na tuendelee kuwa katika maisha ya kila mmoja wetu, si hapa tu hadi tuzeke pamoja. Unajua tukiwa 60 tujipate tumeenda pale kwa club, nakwambia more energy.
Club gani dada? Club gani? Sasa pale nyumbani nisema moja saa ngapi jamani?
But again guys, I think even before you get to a point where kukosana ni kawaida, it happens. But again, I usually have this thing, being very intentional, and whatever you're doing, imetoka wapi, like from your heart. Are you aware that if I do this thing nitakuwa nimekosea Winnie ama Lucy ama Busara? There is a possibility, like be aware, because you know this person. You know they don't like it when you just pick their dress, you wear it without asking them, or without them giving you consent. Or you're very aware that this thing I've told Winnie, or Winnie has told me, she wouldn't feel good if I tell Robi.
Someone else,
even maybe not an outsider, maybe even just
amongst ourselves, because then
being very reasonable enough to understand that this person came to me in confidence. And then again, is it have you created boundaries even within friendship?
I know, man.
And how do you do that?
I think that's like a topic in itself. Boundaries in relationships, friendships, because there's that. Oh my gosh,
you understand?
There's a lot
to
discuss.
And then also, can you be very truthful to your friend? Tell them the truth, and then are they ready to receive the truth themselves? Because if mimi nitakuja nikwambie bedhe wini unajua si poa hivi venye umefanya 1 2 3, but are you willing and ready to receive that?
Are you willing to receive? That's the
and
thing.
Say Robi umenamba ukweli fulani na
just want to be told good things only.
Me I know I
remember ukweli, maybe I'm like, listen, I'm not gonna have it.
You're not the right person.
You know,
me I've told someone the truth once, and they said I don't wish them the best.
And they were your friend. You thought they were your friend?
No, I was their friend. Okay. They were not my friend.
Do you think maybe it's how you delivered the message? Or, you know, sometimes they usually feel that you could have told me differently as a friend compared to...
You see how I started by saying, I need to know this person. There's a way you'll approach someone. Me, I'm very,
direct.
Very careful with how I tell, because I don't want to hurt you, but I want to tell you the truth. So that once upon a time when you sit down, you say, menye aliniambia ukweli, iliniuma lakini ni ukweli. I wasn't rude. I wasn't harsh. I wasn't abusive. I was very polite but truthful. Sometimes the truth hurts.
It does.
I mean, I prefer not telling the truth.
Now you see that
na kuacha tu ama kwa sababu nikikwambia najua it's either utanikasirikia ama najua hutaichukulia vizuri. Sasa
is it with everybody? Ama to like a certain friend?
No, if I know your personality, I know you won't take it. Ama I know utanichukia bure. Basi acha nyamaze. Sikwambi ukweli na kuacha tu mimi nenda na flow.
Me I will look for a way.
Kuna watu wengine ambao kuambia ukweli unajua ataichukulia vizuri, hata kasirika, ataelewa unatoka wapi. Unaona? Lakini kuna watu wengine kuambia ukweli hapo hiyo ni vita.
I think my mantra is always it's not what you say, it's how you say it. How you say it 100%. But you had asked about us and where we are at and what we feel about our friendship now. I think I admire what we have because we trauma bonded. And I know for so many friendships, after the trauma, after everybody, has healed, we forget about each other. We forget the troubles that we went through together, But for us, yes, we have trauma bonded. Yes, sometimes we still talk about it, but we've not let that define who we are now and where we are at. So we have grown through our trauma, and now even just sitting here and having a podcast in itself, it shows growth, both individual growth and also growth as a group. And also the fact that I think we mentioned this in one of the episodes, and we said when we met, we were not, oh my gosh, yes, nice to meet you. Yeah, we can be friends.
That was attitude.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, Busara, so which is like, yeah, we knew your attitude. Don't talk to her. Nini, then I thought, Busara ni mkali na mwogopa atan
shout,
and like certain, attributes that I heard about you, and you also thought the same about me, and that. But we've grown beyond that. Like we've not let that define who we are as a people and the friendship. We've grown beyond that just to know this person on a deeper level. That then, like there's that growth, number one, and there's the willing to learn, and also tackling the problem.
Not the person.
Not the person, but the problem. And also understanding who we are differently and how we react to things and all those things, and knowing what to say, when to say it, how to say it. And I think there's future for us because we have overcome the difficult parts. Now it's easier for us to grow together and just flourish together. So I admire this because like there's a lot of truth in it. Hatufuniki, just because we want to stay friends. We say it as it is. And I remember like Busa is like, Winnie.
Wow.
And we talk about these things openly and like we're not superficial. I think as we're just real as we are, and I really appreciate
and
that. Because I know of some friendships that I have that we're very superficial. We call each other friends, but I don't even know if we're friends.
Yes, it's like even there's nothing to talk about. It's too surface.
We don't even address it. It's like moving. I don't know. So
and you talk about superficial like relationships and friendships, and I was just thinking to myself, like sometimes you have those friendships that you categorize people where they belong, and it's unfortunate that we have to say this, but it's the reality. Because if you know that this person only ever looks for you when it's party time, enjoyment, convenience, or they only look for you when they need money, can you really call that person a friend? Or always it's about sadness and always just, and there's no growth with that friendship. Or so those different kinds of categories, and sometimes don't force people to fit into categories that they themselves are not really there. They don't want to fit in that place, and I think it's two-way, isn't it?
I have told someone that actually. Remember, I told you this. I shared with you, and I told you. Because there was this person who I don't know. I don't even know if we were friends. Okay, let's just say we are friends. Because we use that term loosely anyway. And then I moved on to like a different station, and then we were not like in touch all the time. And it's not like she made effort mostly that's mimi nilikuwa huku in hindsight waiting for her to make the effort. We would talk sometimes, and then she'd say I'll come visit, and then sometimes at me yes I'll come visit. So it was mutual that it got to a point that we didn't talk for a very long time, and then she decided in her head that since I went somewhere else and I got newer friends, quote unquote, that ni kama sasa nimemwacha yeye, I've moved on to this other side. And so you akieta this, it's nothing. And then you see my personality.
Nikwambie ukweli. Pia si tulikufa na wivu. Mimi we kama status yuko mahali yapigia sip wine na marafiki wake
no friends.
Anasema Winnie ametusahau, ametutupa jamani. Muona Marako sijui photoshoot wapi. Sema Winnie ametusahau. Nikimpigia atashika kweli. Acha tujaribu. Alafu kupiga atashika.
And then also, so you see there's this group, and then there's also another group who are like, Aki, yani, you know, so they also felt bad that why is it that you're doing these things with these other ones and not doing them with
them?
And yet, since tulikuwa tunapanga, but it never left the WhatsApp.
Inaisha kwa WhatsApp.
And then you see this other group who's like,
getting things done. We are on, moving.
And all those things. So now I become the bad person just because that we took action, you know. But anyway, aside from that, so this person is like, we have umepata vitu other friends you need him and how blah blah. Long story short, oh my days, Aki, she's done so many things that now looking back, I'm like, wow, Aki, who are you? That I can't even share.
Friendships for you.
But essentially, so this is what I told her, because at some point she mentioned and said, now I'm scared to even bring you back because I'm saying a lot about you just now. But if I do, I'm not too sure if you will stay. You know, because
it will not be the same again.
It will not be the same. No, you will find better friends and you will leave me. So this is what I said. I said, number one, that sounds very conditional. And maybe conditional type of friendships don't work with me because I am human, number one. And number two, there's this thing called life. So there's some time
and life has life.
It happens. It's happening now.
Where you might need me and I might not be there in a way that you want me to be. And that will automatically in your head disqualify me as a good friend because I did not show up in a way that you wanted me to show up. So me, I said, listen, you know where you want to place me? Apple, imagine I'll stay. If you want to tell people some chica used to know, if you want to refer to me as someone we used to work with, if you want to refer
ex-best friend,
imagine I am okay. But just know that the day that you will need me and I'm in a capacity to show up the way you want, I promise you I will show up because I know that is who I am as a person. I might not call you every single day, but when you need me, I will definitely show up and I will show up for you. I will 100%.
And even as you talk about that friend, I start to think about how there are these people who with you they pretend to be so friendly to you, and then when they go behind your back they are talking like it's, I don't know, what do you call sumu? Poison. They are really injecting and stabbing you and rotating. And they're like, yo. Really? And you wouldn't imagine it's the same person. But then you would, when you sit with this person, they have all the wonderful things to say about you. They are your friends, like genuinely, and they're so, like, you know, you're really close. So how do you ensure that you can spot the snake in the grass before they bite you when you least expect it? As we come to an end,
I'll repeat. Give yourself time to grow with this person. Trust is not, it's not given. It's earned. And you don't earn. Even your salary comes once a month. You work. Sometimes it will delay. Sometimes it will come half. Sometimes it will come on time. Give yourself time. Give your friendship time. Give it, test, even if you have to test that friendship, test it in your own ways. So long as you understand the importance. If friendships means something to you, if you genuinely feel like you need friendships, you have to give them time to grow and understand this person and know that you're different. Because kuna ile because I'm short, I have to have a tall friend.
because I'm not pretty, I don't have a pretty friend. You understand? By the way, unapata mtu anakuchagua kwa sababu anaangalia face card anasema huyu atanyang'anyia my boyfriends na lazima nitafutie ana ugly one mwenye shapeless kidogo. Ndio wewe ndio pretty na mwenye shape. Nakwambia lakini kazi yetu sitatuonyesha mambo. Manake watu wa media karibu wote huwa ni warembo, unaona? Sasa ukisema unaenda kutafuta the ugly itabidi utafute department ingine.
I know. Yeah, but you forget again, beauty lies in the hands of
the beholder, in the eyes. Na wale marafiki ambao wanakosanisha watu. Wanakuja kukuharibia tu waseme ati ikawa ndio wakuharibie tu kwa sababu wanaona uhusiano wenu uko mzuri. Wanakuangalia Busara na Robi wanasema Busara na Robi kila siku wanaenda lunch pamoja, wanatembea pamoja. Wacha nitafute kitu niseme Busara alisema, akaongeza, akasisitiza na sasa hiyo.
And they usually so believable to the person they're telling.
That happened to us recently. We're not going into details, but that happened to us.
Imagine that we need
women are funny.
Bombastic side eye.
I know.
That's toxicity. I understand. I mean, we started with this as entitlement and all those things, but that's toxicity. Ile unakati mpaka una formulate story hata haiko just to separate these people. Wewe toxicity cancel.
The highest
cancel culture.
Na lakini anasikia aje?
That's the thing.
Ona saudaku anyway.
I know.
To summarize
I know. There's something I wanted to say. Growth in friendships, because at the same time, so sometimes we also bond because we are on the same level, and then when one moves to a different level, it's like there's nothing to connect.
Disparity.
Yes. That then we stop being friends. So then how do we handle growth in friendship? I think that's like a topic in itself, because I know all of us have like examples.
Manake mimi mwenyewe Winnie niliambiwa hivi, nyinyi mmeanza podcast sasa pamoja, lakini kidogo mmoja atapata kazi nzuri zaidi. Kidogo anwe Range Rover, alafu nyinyi bado mko na sijui gari gani.
Tunaingia kwa magari mazuri.
Sababu mmoja ampata Range Rover anasema mimi nataka marafiki ambao wako na Range Rover. We don't relate. Nyinyi bado mko na Mitsubishi that person. Sasa kwa anasema pengine mwingine atapata kazi nzuri zaidi yenye nilipa mamilioni, alafu nyinyi bado mko kafiga ngapi? Zero ni ngapi? Alafu ataanza kuona nyinyi hatutawezana naye. Maana kama I don't have lunch kwa hoteli vivi. Mimi nakula chakula kwa 5 star. So kama tu relate na nyinyi hivyo ndo nimeondoka. Nasema nimewaachia podcast kwa Irene. Naenda kudeal na mamilioni ya wenzangu.
That's a serious thing that we need to discuss, because then again, so do you just fungia yourself just because you want to be seen to continue to be friends with this person? Because there's also another level. I think one of you mentioned and said, so huyu ana grow, and then wewe mahali umegrow huyu ana kudrain. Of course kutakuwa na hiyo rift.
It's either you accept to be left to go, or you
level up. You raise yourself.
So I am happy that you're saying it's either or. But how do you handle it? I want us to discuss that separately, so that we're not rushing. Oh man, I forgot there's something else I wanted to say, but hey, then I'll come back.
Yes, Busara, summary on what you feel about.
Mimi hata nilikuwa na za kuzungumzia hilo swala tu la growth tukimalizia. Ni vizuri kama marafiki wenzapo, kwa mfano tujifunze kutoka kwa wenzetu. Unapata kama kuna Lucy, kuna vitu kadhaa ambavyo anafanya ambavyo vinamfanya ana grow. Kwa hivyo uliza Lucy, unafanyaje? Tutafanyaje pia mimi ndo nifike hapa? Akikwambia itabidi uende usome upate masters. Fanya vile utafanya pia usome ufike hapo ndo uanze kufika pale ambapo unaona. Kwa hivyo kama marafiki tukigrow pamoja, ni kama pia katika ndoa. Kama bibi atapanda apande, wewe bado uko tu hapo. Utaachwa bro. Utaachwa.
And not because that anataka kuacha, just because like you're not
we have nothing to talk about.
There's nothing to talk about.
So lazima tu grow pamoja, na wewe pia usikose kutupatia siri. Tupatie siri. Tuambie ndo ufike hapa, ni lazima ufanye hiki na hiki. Ni lazima ufanye hiki na hiki. Soma hiki hiki na hiki ama endo research kuhusu hiki na hiki ndio pia ukue, ndio sisi pamoja kwa pamoja tukue. Haya basi ndo neno la mwisho.
Awesome. That was an exhilarating conversation, and definitely there's a lot more to unpack on this topic alone.
Right? Kama ni wash pia utambie nyumba na machopa na mayai
tutachota maji tu wash.
Hapo sasa usiseme ni God. Tunajua
kila saa ni God
actually.
But for me, my two words in friendship is respect one another and give each other space. I'm your friend, but I need my space. You know, if I tell you I'm not willing to speak about it,
give me time, give me space.
I'll speak about it when I want to.
When I'm ready.
Yes. And don't be my mouthpiece if you're my friend. I have my mouth.
Inject.
But listen, don't be my mouthpiece.
Is it so hard for someone?
Listen,
Winnie is my friend, right?
Yeah.
Is it so hard for someone to ask me, hey, by the way, Winnie, enda kwa huyo Winnie, si ako na mdomo. It's so hard to
but if people if a bunch of people are speaking negatively about you and you're not there and I'm your friend, I do feel that I should definitely stand by. I will be your mouth.
That's one I will
be. I cannot accept,
but not to
the other. Yes, but the other way around.
Tufunge, lakini ni ukweli mwenzako anapoongelewa vibaya usinyamaze. Kwa sababu ukinyamaza inamaanisha umeitika.
You didn't say anything, you ulikuwa unachangia.
Ukinyamaza kimya unachomea jina. Kwa hivyo ni vizuri useme Busara zifanye kitu kama hicho. Ama useme namjua hivi na hivi. Ule usitabidi tukafunge.
I think it's just getting hotter and hotter. But thank you so much if you stayed this long till the end of this show. Absolutely, thank you for watching and leave your comments at the comment section. We promise you we'll get back to them, we'll respond. And until next time, this is Straight from the Source.
It's definitely saucy.
Special thanks to Bittiner Wear KE.
Yes, Bittiner Wear KE.
Goodbye.
Bye. Bye.